Let's bring in Tyson Chandler, Dallas Mavericks center, joins us here at Dan Patrick Show. Tyson, do you still get amped up before the start of the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always that time of the year where you know that, you can really achieve something.
Any pre-postseason traditions?
I really, not tradition, just, always locking in, kind of doing the same thing. Making sure you get back in the gym at night, taking care of your body, getting up extra shots, looking at a little more film, just studying a little more.
Any of your teammates superstitious about the postseason?
I know Dirk is. I just remember that from the finals, but other than that, I don't think so. Jet was superstitious. But on this team, I don't think so. I think probably just Dirk.
What's the craziest superstition that you saw teammates do or wear or something?
Well, during the finals, I think it was 2005 when the Mavs lost to the Heat. Dirk's family came out after after they won 2 games, and then history, they ended up losing 4 games straight, and then losing the series 4-2. Well, when I was there in 2011, when we went up, Dirk's family asked, can they come out? And he told them all to stay in Germany until it was all over.
We have non-refundable tickets. No. No, stay in Germany. Your first playoff experience was in 2005 when you were in the Bulls. What do you remember about those first games?
Oh, man, I remember I was just so hyped up. I didn't know what to expect. Everybody kept talking about, how playoffs was different. It's different. And I just couldn't understand, how is it so different? You're still going to play against the same players. It's the same game. How is it different? But it truly is. Every player goes to another level. The fans are that much more rowdy. It's just a different energy in the building. I was nervous, but I can't say I was too nervous because I was too, inexperienced to really know what was ahead of me. So I just remember a lot of energy and excitement about, playing in my first playoff game.
That was a very talented team, Tyson. A young team, but a talented team. They had a young Eddie Curry. Luol Deng was there. Kirk Heinrich. Do you ever think back?
Gordon.
Ben Gordon. Do you ever think back about what that team could have been?
I do. When I look back, I look back and think about all the players, and even before, that my rookie year before they made the trade, we also had Brad Miller and Ron Artest, who went on to be, all-stars, the following year. I think about if, they had just let that team develop a little bit and build some chemistry and, actually, pick a coach and then have an identity and allow that coach to kind of be there for a while and really learn the system. I think about what things could have been like, but it's in the past. But every now and then I'll see a picture and I kind of revisit it.
Did the injury to Jay Williams, did that change things in Chicago?
Yeah, I think anytime you have something happen that dramatic, when you bring a guy in, you have expectations for him. They drafted 2 young centers, myself and Eddie Curry, and they were trying to find, building blocks, and then, that point guard that they thought, would help us grow. And then watching, Jay Williams, watching him on the floor at Duke, knowing that he came from a great program under Coach K, know he understands how to play the game and is probably going to be a great leader. And then when he went down, he got in that terrible accident. I think it did. I think it changed everything because I don't think they knew which way to go anymore. And they didn't know if they still wanted to continue on a journey with myself and Eddie or build with Kirk and Luol and Ben or what. I'm sorry, they weren't there yet. But, they didn't know which way they wanted to build. The following year, they ended up bringing them in.
He's Tyson Chandler, Dallas Mavericks center, joining us here at Dan Patrick Show. Best offensive center in the NBA is who?
Best offensive center in the NBA. Probably DeMarcus Cousins. I would have to go with one of the younger guys. Just probably raw talent and skill. I would say DeMarcus Cousins. He shoots the ball well. He has a nice handle, big body, explosive enough. I would go DeMarcus.
Is Dwight Howard the same player he was when you had to defend him in Orlando?
It's the same player. I haven't had the chance to go against him that much. In the past couple of years. This year, he didn't play in a lot of games. When we matched up, I think I only matched up against him once. And when he was in LA, I was in New York, so I may have only been able to match up with him once, or if so, max 2 times. I think when you go through injuries, it takes a little while for you to have faith in whatever that injury is. But I definitely think he's still a dominant player. I watched him last year in the Portland series, and I thought he dominated that series at times. So I know that he's very well capable, of still dominating the game.
You're back in Dallas now, starting the playoff season, your first playoff since that championship run with the Mavericks. How disappointed were you back in 2011 when you basically learned that what Mark Cuban was going to do, that he was going to break up that championship team?
I was very disappointed at the time because, you get a taste of a championship for the first time in your career, or even, that kind of success for the first time in my career. And you want to see it out. You want to be a champion the following year, and be able to walk around the city and enjoy, your hard work and the fruits of your labor. And then also you want to be able to go out and contend for the back-to-back championships. You want to be able to go and defend your championship. I think that was the most tough part for me to really get over. Was once I knew things weren't going to go the way I had hoped, really having to wrap my mind around, okay, you're not going to experience that. You worked really hard, you achieved a dream. You had the championship celebration, but you're not going to be able to come back and watch the banner, go meet the president, and then be able to, compete and try to reclaim your protect your title. I think that was the toughest part for me. I didn't want to accept it for a long time in free agency. I remember my agent kept talking to me and trying to tell me the way things were. And I didn't want to accept it.
When he reacquired you from New York, did you say, dude, look where we are. Come on, man. We could have been doing this for the last 3 years.
No, I kind of let bygones be bygones. I never held anything against him, because I was, I was always appreciative of him bringing me and then, having success. Even when I left, I always said I was very thankful for the opportunity that the Mavericks gave me because at the time I was coming off of an injury the year before. And I said the 2 people that, really took a chance on me was Jerry Carangelo, Coach K, and Sean Ford down at Team USA, allowing me to play on that team and anchor the team. And then, Mark Cuban pulling off a trade. I guess you could say I had a little risk because they had a center already in place. But he had a piece that a lot of people wanted in the trade, and I felt like he took a risk, and ended up working out great. We won a championship. Things didn't work out the way I wanted to afterwards, but it doesn't always work out the way you want. And I understand the game was a business, and as I was leaving, I told him and everybody around that I was just so thankful, for the opportunity and for them believing in me. And, if they felt like they wanted to go a different way business-wise, I didn't understand it. I didn't agree with it, but I can respect it because it's not my team.
As you enter this postseason, Tyson, do you have a deal with Cuban that says if you guys win the whole thing this year, he can't touch the roster?
No, I don't, but I might be a little more forceful this time around. No, just kidding.
I'll get you out of here with this. The big story, or the question, I guess, for you guys as you go into the postseason is, can this team come together over this next few weeks with Rajon Rondo, with this group? You've kind of struggled to this point of sort of finding some cohesion with Rondo since he was acquired. Where are you right now with that? What have been some of the challenges, and how do you feel going into this postseason with this team?
I think a lot of the challenges has been, you get a great point guard like Rondo, and I think the biggest thing is we wanted to give him the keys to the show, and we just wanted him to. Everybody was looking at him, make plays, do this, and I think we forgot, what makes him so great is him playing, off of people and movement, and rebounding the ball and getting it out on the break and making great plays. Instead of allowing him to come into a situation where we already have great players around him and he can just be himself and he can be that much better. I think we're finally starting to come into that, and also I think Rondo's the type of player that you bring him in for this time, for now, for postseason. I think he's the type of competitor that whatever happened throughout the regular season, he'll show his value and show why the Mavericks took a risk on him and bringing him here. I just think he's that type of competitor. I think he'll rise to the occasion. I think, when you're in a playoff series, you're that much more locked in, and talented players rise to the occasion.
Well, good to visit with you, Tyson. I hope you get that opportunity to have that conversation with Cuban at the end of this season. Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the first round.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Tyson Chandler, Dallas Mavericks forward here, or center here on the Dan Patrick Show.